Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me again, Gold and Blue Dude. Hey, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, please. We are on our way to 5,000 subscribers, so you would help build something very special here, but I can't do it without you. I usually do college football videos about, all of college football, and I'm going to start doing college basketball videos, but sometimes I do put out videos that are just West Virginia related, and this is one of those West Virginia videos. Hey, if you're a subscriber and you're not a West Virginia fan, you're more than welcome to keep watching. I'm just letting you know, this is a West Virginia video. And in this video, I decided to talk about the future out-of-conference schedule for West Virginia. And it's very interesting. I'm liking what I'm seeing. So I went out as far as I could, and 2028 was the latest. I didn't get the full out-of-conference for 2028. There's only one game listed, but that's as far as I was able to go. So we're going to go from 2022 to 2028, the out-of-conference schedule for West Virginia. So in 2022, we heard the big news. We are going to play Pitt. It's going to be on the road. I'm going to be at that game with a Pitt fan. Yeah, I know. Believe it or not, a West Virginia fan and a Pitt fan are getting along. And we actually have a standing bet. When West Virginia beats Pitt, my Pitt friend has to sing Country Roads, and I get to film it and put it on a video. If for some crazy unforeseen thing happens, like a miracle happens, and Pitt somehow beats West Virginia, a miracle basically, and I would have to wear a Pitt jersey and do a video with a Pitt jersey. But that's not going to happen, I promise you that. But anyways, it's exciting. The backyard brawl will be renewed. And since I've been born, I've enjoyed the backyard brawl. West Virginia has owned Pitt since I've been born. Now, the overall series, of course, Pitt leads. I get it. But recent history, West Virginia has owned that Pitt rear end. After that, we have our FCS Cupcake game, and that's Townsend. But after that, on the road to Virginia Tech. We got to play Virginia Tech this year at home. I was at that game. 4th and goal stand, West Virginia prevails, and we beat Virginia Tech. So that's a great 2022 out-of-conference schedule. Now on to 2023. First game at Penn State. Now, a lot of people don't realize that Penn State and West Virginia used to be big-time rivals. All you older cats know what I'm talking about. I even remember, I was at the tail end of it, but I remember Penn State and West Virginia, that was a big deal. That was a big game. So that rivalry will be renewed. After that, the FCS Cupcake game, Duquesne, and then after that, we get Pitt at home. And I guarantee you, I will definitely be at that game. If I'm going to go on the road to watch West Virginia and Pitt, you better believe I'm going to be in Morgantown to watch West Virginia and Pitt. That is going to be an electric atmosphere. Going back to 2022, hey, that's the first time you'll see Heinz Field sold out in a very long time. So that's another thing that's exciting about that game. We'll actually fill that stadium. All right, now on to 2024. We get Penn State at home. Great. I love it. An old rival coming to Morgantown. After that, FCS Cupcake game, Albany, and then back on the road to Pitt. So this Pitt series is 4 games long. I'm loving it. 2025. This is a strange one, guys. This is a strange one. We get Robert Morris. That's our FCS Cupcake game. Then at Ohio. At Ohio. That one doesn't make sense to me. But we end our out-of-conference with Pitt at home. And that's the last game of the 4-year home-and-home stretch with Pitt. So we need to enjoy those 4 games against Pitt. Now, on to 2026. This one's a little bit more interesting. We get Alabama in Morgantown. Yes, this is not a neutral game. This is not at Alabama. This is Alabama in Morgantown. I can already tell you, I will be at that game. I know that's years in advance. I'm going to be at that game. I will figure out a way to be at the Alabama game in Morgantown. That is happening. After that, the FCS Cupcake game, UT Martin, and then on the road to East Carolina. It has been a while since we've played East Carolina. I remember the big-time battles we had with East Carolina. Even in our glory days, East Carolina played West Virginia really, really good, especially in their stadium. They have a really good stadium. So that they have a great home environment. That's not an easy game. That's going to be a tough road game. And East Carolina always gets up to play West Virginia. So I expect that game to be a really, really good game. I'm excited about it. All right, now on to 2027. Road trip to Alabama. Yeah, we knew it was coming, a home and home. We get them at home, but we have to go to Tuscaloosa. So, yeah, we will be headed to Bryant-Denny Stadium. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. Not going to lie. So, after that, we get our FCS Cupcake game, VMI. After that, the home game against Ohio. So, we get a home and home with Ohio of all teams. Not Ohio State. Ohio, the Bobcats. But it's spaced out. So 2025, we go to Ohio. Then we skip a year, 2026. And then in 2027, we get Ohio at home. That doesn't make any sense to me, but that's what the schedule says. So I guess that's what's happening. And then finally in 2028, really only one game listed on the entire schedule, but it's Tennessee, a rematch of 2018. A 10-year gap by then. And it will be in Charlotte again. But I guarantee you that Tennessee fans, the fans that remember that 2018 game, they'll be wanting some revenge, so that's going to be a big game for them and for West Virginia. That will be in Charlotte. I am definitely going to try to go to that game as well. I mean, that's just right up the road for me. And to be honest with you, that's why I make a big stink about West Virginia going to the ACC, because honestly, it would be closer for me to go to an away game in the ACC than to even go to a home game for West Virginia. Morgantown's about a 10-hour drive. I mean, around here, Clemson, 20-minute drive. Georgia Tech, hour and a half. North Carolina, about 3 hours. Duke, about 3.5. Wake Forest, about 4 hours. NC State, maybe about 4 hours. Virginia Tech, maybe about 5 hours. Virginia, maybe about 7 hours. So really the only games, if we were in the ACC, that would be farther than a home game for West Virginia would be Pitt, Syracuse, Boston College, Florida State, and Miami. That's it. So I just want to let y'all know my reasoning for wanting West Virginia in the ACC. And I know the pushback is always money. West Virginia makes way more money in the Big 12. We'll see how all that gets figured out. But our out-of-conference schedule, looking really good. Except for that Ohio thing. That one kind of baffles me, guys. I'm not understanding that one at all. Number one, it's a group of 5 team. Number 2, a home and home. And number 3, you skip a year? I don't know. Somebody, I'm sure there's a reason behind that. There's always a reason behind these things. So somebody tell me what the deal is. Why did that happen? There has to be a reason why that happened. They don't just do things like that. Has to be an actual reason. So somebody, please let me know why, number 1, we're playing Ohio in an out-of-conference game, and 2, doing a home and home, and 3, we skip a year between the home and home. Please straighten that out for Gold and Blue Dude. I have to know. But as a West Virginia fan, I'm still extremely excited about our out-of-conference schedule until 2028. We get Pitt, Virginia Tech, Penn State, Alabama, even East Carolina, and Tennessee. I think that's a pretty good slate. That's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you on my next show.